Ilhan Omar doesn't love America. She doesn't consider herself American. That's not my opinion. That's what she literally says when she's speaking on camera. In this Star Wars language, I am a Somali girl. I'm a girl with your lineage, your religion. I was taken from Somalia. I want to live there. I want to share with its people. Ilhan Omar saying that I'm hopeful in the future that me and my children will be able to raise our kids in Somalia, in the land where I was born and raised, in my land. She says to make this possible that she needs to defraud the American taxpayer. I mean, she says it. If you go through these old clips, I'm a Somali girl taken from my country. I miss my country. I dream of living in Somalia again. You know, I can make that dream come true. Ilhan Omar talking to the president of Somalia, the giant grin on her face, saying that the president of Somalia is our president. She says Donald Trump is a Nazi that needs to be impeached, but that our president is actually the president that presides over the nation with the number one ratio coefficient of child brides and inbreeding. I call him my uncle, and he calls me his girl. He's our president. Welcome home. Our home is your home. Ooh, no, it's not, dude. No, it's not. She should go back, says Donald Trump on these remarks. Ilhan Omar should go back. She says Somalia is superior to the United States of America. Goodness. And she says Somalis have always been the fabric of America. Strange, because Somalis lacked the technological capacity to even pirate ships off their own coast. They would never be able to make it to America if they weren't airdropped here by our evil globalist leaders who wish to use them to destroy states like Minnesota. Minnesota was swinging too far to the right, and so they needed to import a population to displace the native populations of Minnesota and to vote in a permanent Democrat bloc. And that's exactly what they have. But of course, it's something that is totally and completely immoral to do to the native people of a country. A country isn't like a bunch of Hallmark card poems or nice words that you read off a note card. That's what some Republicans think, that if I say the words that I wish America was, melting pot. Well, what about people who don't melt together? What about different societies, like societies that persecute Christians, that persecute white people? What about those places? What about societies that see women as inferior or that want to execute off a building anybody who believes differently than them or behead them? We can't mass import those people. The people are the nation. If you don't like the nation, if you don't think Somalia would make a great 51st state, you mustn't bring any of them here. Same thing with many places on the planet. And that's why a number of members of Congress have told me that they are against members of Congress that were born in foreign lands and have foreign passports serving in our American Congress. And they're right. Randy Fine has said so. No foreigners in office. Thank you. Nancy Mace says so. Take Ilhan Omar. She's born in Somalia. She openly puts Somalia's interests first. It's not loyalty to America. My bill is simple. To serve in Congress, you must be a citizen of the United States only. No foreign passports, no dual allegiances. Correct. Yes. Thank you. Ilhan Omar gives unbothered answer to when she's confronted on plans to oust her for being a foreign agent. Oh no. Let's go ahead and watch here, shall we? Ilhan Omar responding to Nancy Mace's proposal to ban all foreigners from serving in office.
She proposed a resolution that would bar foreign-born individuals from serving in Congress. What do you think about that? She mentioned you as an example. What's your response to that?
Good luck to her.
So you don't think it will go anywhere?
No.
And also, Randy Fine has one about giving up. If you're a dual citizen, you have to give up your citizenship in the other country, renounce it. What do you think about that?
Who's that?
Randy Fine.
Oh.
Can I ask
Ilhan Omar has a very weird way about her. You know, when she thinks that she's in the right, she's very pithy. And she, for instance, savaged this young reporter that always seems to get her goat, as they say, pun intended. She said, "You don't know jack shit," and snapped on them. She's somebody who, that's a face only a family member could love, if you know what I mean. But Ilhan Omar recently has become a little more muted, a little less popping off. Like, here's
Absolutely, you're stupid for asking me anything.
I am?
Yes.
Well, what about the American people who are wondering how you made such a big
I have
mistake?
explained to the American people.
What's the explanation?
I have given them the explanation.
Do you want to tell our viewers? Because
I don't want to tell you jack shit.
Oh.
How about that?
Okay.
Okay. Have a good day.
Thank you, Congresswoman.
You'll notice the difference between that attitude that Ilhan Omar has and Ilhan Omar when she's walking and is feeling a little less confident these days. I think I know why Ilhan Omar keeps getting asked questions about the various frauds that she's involved in. And I think that the actual reality of what's about to happen to her is setting in. So Ilhan Omar, a little more close to the chest these days. President Trump saying, I want to send her back to Somalia. The president of Somalia says we don't want her. President Trump did just go off on Ilhan Omar seconds ago at the White House, as various members of his administration tell us that she is under investigation for committing various levels of immigration fraud. I asked Tom Homan about this, who said, stay tuned. Homan knows something is about to happen. I've asked J.D. Vance about this. J.D. Vance confirms to me that she committed immigration fraud. J.D. Vance said this again at the White House. I don't want to prejudge an investigation, but you read these things about Ilhan Omar, who she married, whether she married this person, that person. It seems something is very fishy there. And now, President Trump sounding off.
Yeah, just said that. And, if he does really great, we'll have a balanced budget without having to do anything. This is the kind of money they stole. They're crooks. They're thieves. And I hope that Todd is going to do a real job. These are crooked people. These are thieves. This isn't like a mistake. Just talking about one person, he got hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars for securing one man, for taking care of one elderly man. He was a service. He got paid millions of dollars for taking care of one man. Total crook. They're all crooks. The Somalians, what they've done to Minnesota, the Somalians, they're crooked as hell. Ilhan Omar, crooked as hell. They're all crooks. And we got them. We got them. Now we're putting the clamps on. But boy, I tell you, that's an impressive group of guys that you have behind you. I was watching that, and a couple of very strong women too. But I was watching that last night. I said, I'm proud of you guys. In 2 months, we've exposed tens of billions of dollars of defrauded taxpayer money, prosecuted numerous fraudsters, Todd, and stopped billions of suspicious payments, very suspicious. Oh, you haven't seen anything yet? Well, you see, I'm getting reports from Todd, from JD. I've never seen anything like it. The kind of just hundreds of billions of dollars was stolen. And no other administration would do what we're doing.
There it is. So is Ilhan Omar's new, more polite, more subdued attitude because she knows what's about to happen? Not sure. We don't have any concrete evidence that she is going to have any criminal proceedings yet. But I think that this side of passing the SAVE Act, it would be the most popular thing the Trump administration could get done. DOJ tells New York Times they're pursuing the highest volume of denaturalization referrals in history from DHS, looking at hundreds of Americans stripping their citizenship. Ooh, good job. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what I voted for. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe.